of the World Cup. Very interesting games as well. A lot of upsets. Today with you, Georgi. How are you doing?
Good evening, everyone. Happy to check out some new interesting games. And as I see, the tournament is heating up and we're facing some high-rated players facing each other. So it's going to be exciting indeed.
Yes. So it's gonna be many very high quality games, and actually one game especially amazed me. It is a game of Iragasi because it's actually so disappointing for his opponent. We are going to see what means to work hard on chess. Unbelievable preparation by Iragasi, just unreal. The game is gonna be in a quite popular line, but what Erigaisi is going to show, it's just unreal because he gets straight from the opening a winning position in a line which is well analyzed by many people. So he's such a hard worker. It must be very disappointing, I think, for his opponent. Imagine, Georgi, you're working all day, working, and then you're just getting completely smashed. What kind of feeling would you have after that?
Terrible indeed, actually.
easy.
But when it comes to Erigaisi, I'm not that surprised because he always finds some weird continuations, any single
Actually,
one.
this time not
of
weird,
it.
very weird. We're going to see a game and quite a popular opening. He
Okay,
just out-prepared.
let's have a
So
look.
by the way, it's quite funny because sometimes people who have, let's say, 2-3, 2-4, they're saying we worked very hard on some particular opening and we really know it well. And once you play at the top level, then you really understand that you know nothing. Literally nothing, because they're so well prepared, they're working so hard. So somebody like Iragasi, I believe that daily average 8 hours at least, plus he has a team. So I don't know the number of his team members, but there should be many, because in India they can take a lot of people, maybe not of very high level, but there are just a lot of them, and these people are analyzing extremely hard. So the knowledge of the top players is unbelievable, Georgi. It's hard to imagine what they know. So
Definitely. Actually, I can imagine what was going on for the World Championship match when Gukesh played against Ding.
yeah, it's
Probably
crazy.
the same scenarios. Maybe they even worked together and they really had good preparations, though. So I'm curious, actually, what Erigaisi did.
Yes, we're gonna
Happened
start
that
with
special.
Iragasi because the first setup was the game between Svane and Gukesh, and basically it was not a very exciting game. This game ended in a draw, so we are not going to pay a lot of attention to this game. That's why we go straight to the game of Iragasi against Vahidov. Amazing game, straight win from the preparation. So let's see what happened here. D4.
Wahido increased a lot
No.
of rating points, as I see, actually. I don't think he had that rating. Sometime I remember him 2550 rated almost all the time, but 2640
I think he's
is
already for
isn't.
some time with 2640, 50,
Oh,
60. He's already for some time
okay.
there.
That's a good one. It's a
No,
good one.
he improved a lot. Yeah. Okay, so with the very popular opening, we see the semi Tarash, but it can become also Tarash. C takes d5, C takes d4. A lot of people play this line with C takes d4. It's a very forced line. I have played a lot of games here with knight takes d5, of course e takes d5 as well as possible, so a lot of different continuations. Take on d4, queen a4 line. So queen a4 line, maybe it is, in my opinion, one of the most forced lines, because white is winning now a pawn. Georgi, what do you think about the queen a4 line?
I actually haven't tried it myself, this setup. I was playing a little bit differently. I was always tend to play with this g3, bishop g2 ideas there. But I remember seeing some of the games with queen a4 setups. I usually get it from the Catalan. And I thought that black was doing absolutely fine there. So I'm just curious what he has found
Okay.
special.
It's gonna be a very forced line. This is a line where white wins a pawn straight away, but the position actually is counted to be equal. The other main move here is obviously the move queen takes d4. A lot of games, so black is usually taking e takes d5. And here we have massive theory after, for example, the move e4. But maybe black is doing fine there. That's why queen a4 is maybe the most ambitious try. On the other hand, I thought position after queen a4 is just about equal. E takes d5, knight takes d5. So the idea is very simple of queen a4 check, that black has to put something on d7. So knight d7 looking bad, queen d7 is worse, so bishop d7 is sort of forced. Now you take d4 and you take d5. White is winning a pawn. On the other hand, black's development is excellent. So it was counted to be perfectly fine for black. Queen a5 check, all is theory, knight c3 back, has to be played, knight c6, black is developing very nicely with attack on the queen on d4, queen d1, all is theory still, and comes knight e4, strong move. Knight is under attack, white has to play bishop d2, there is nothing better. Of course there are many options here, but there is just nothing better.
Looks the most logical.
Yes. Take, and it looks like black should be doing fine, no, Georgi? Because pawn down, but good development, bishop pair, so should be enough compensation, no? In most of the cases.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Especially after bishop b4, hitting the knight and the pawn on a2 as well at the same time. I like black. I would take black's chances here of comfortably equalizing.
Okay, black has to be a little bit careful, but it should be around equal, yeah. Bishop b4, all is still theory. Rook c1, as we can see, Erigaisi playing at tempo, 1:32 on the clock, and black has spent already 9 minutes. Maybe he did not expect this line with queen a4, but I'm sure that black as well been still in his lines. Bishop takes c3, this is the main, queen takes a2. So black is giving up the bishop pair, winning back the pawn. The white pieces are still not developed. On the other hand, the black king is currently on e8, so there might be somewhere a check. Position is more complex than it looks like, because position is going to be very fast, quite dynamic, so we play move to move chess. Knight c4 played by Erigaisi. Nice move, Georgi, I think.
I like it. Because knight d6 coming, but bishop e6. Knight d6 is kind of unstoppable at this point, yeah? Because castle is impossible.
That's correct. If castle, then we just win the bishop on d7, I think.
There is nothing like that, right? Rook queen d7, rook d8, maybe, and some checks down there.
Maybe we cannot defend from a check, so let's see. If castle, okay, we have two options. Or we take or play e3.
I think e3 and yes, that's what I thought.
Yes.
Yeah, the queen is getting trapped. Yeah, okay, e3 I think. Because here rook d8, I'm not sure what
we cannot
next.
Avoid, yeah. We can play queen f5, but queen a1 is unavoidable.
Yeah, not possible to stop it. So for sure it is e3, and the white wins.
Yes, yes. Then
either the bishop or takes the queen, yes. Okay, this I see. It's such a trick option, but nice one.
Yeah. So bishop e6 is looking extremely natural, and white is playing the move e4, so this is still, I think, theory. If I'm not mistaken, I even saw some games in this position. Just I'm not 100% sure if it was e4, but probably it was e4. Alright, the idea of white remaining, knight d6 check or rook a3. Black is playing the most logical, rook d8, attacking the queen on d1. I don't think there can be something more logical, but things are super direct. And here comes something, in my opinion, very special. So check, very logical. Now black has two options to go to e7 or to go to f8. Both is possible. In the game we see the move king f8, and of course Erigaisi is still in his preparation. He plays at tempo, queen d2. I mean, unbelievable move not to make, Georgi. Queen d2, how to play such a move?
Queen d2. I'm trying to understand the idea behind it. Just protecting the pawn, or...
No idea, Georgi.
Wait, a queen d2?
I know that I don't know. It's like unbelievable just. Of course, it is a computer preparation, but imagine you would be white here. Without preparation, you would think that maybe you're lost with white, no?
Absolutely, actually, because the weirdest part is that it doesn't look like we have got enough sources into the action, you know? Like the knight stands on d6, which is pinned. Black's queen is doing absolutely fine on
Yeah,
a2.
yeah, many
All the
checks
pieces look
here.
quite healthy. And what exactly is white getting?
Hard to
Just
say.
long term, like developing the bishop and making a castle? That's a bit weird setup, though.
It's super
Hmm.
weird because, of course, if you do nothing for two moves with black, I'm gonna play like bishop b5 and I'm gonna short castle. Yes, this is obvious. But black has options, for example, like king e7, yes? Very dangerous here. Of
What's the
course,
move on King E7? Like, what was his plan? Trying to figure it out.
no, but we can be sure that he has prepared something. So this is
Yes,
100%. Just
for
we need to
sure.
find eventually maybe something like knight f5, queen g5 check, but also looks strange. Yeah.
I'm always scared of this back rank checks. You know, this queen is really annoyingly looking at some options there.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, well, I'm not sure, but something should be there.
No,
Maybe
but
E5 or E5 is too much.
what happens if I take? Then you
Takes
want to
the
give
knight
checks.
and some magic there.
Okay, Georgi, I think it is just too complex for us.
Yes, it's
We
really
can
too
define it as
too
just too
engine
complex.
based. Yes,
Yeah, because
yes.
we must turn engine to understand what is going on here, at least fast if you want to do it fast. So this position, human-wise, impossible to play for white.
Hmm.
Of course, when you have worked on this position for many hours, yeah, it seems to be easy. But on the other hand, how to hit so much inside your preparation? Because just imagine how much Iragasi has to repeat before the game, because his files are massive, and he cannot be sure that Vahidov is going to play that line, because he has to prepare
Indeed.
at least 3 4 different openings. So it's unbelievable how he remembers the lines he has analyzed. Yeah, to me it is
He was
just
preparing for the
spectacular.
bullet game somewhere for sure, actually.
I don't
Like
know.
for
I don't know,
every guy
Georgi.
says like
I don't know because this is unbelievable preparation. I don't know for what he was preparing, but unbelievable preparation. Such a high
because
level of
uh,
preparation.
I have seen the preparations which goes a lot in depth, but they are more or less forced variations. And they kind of know exactly move by move how to respond in sharp ones. Here, Queen D2, I think Black has plenty of options available. If
It looks like
like maybe nothing like at least several of them. And the chances of you facing these, then going into the depth and everything, well, credits to Erigaisi for incredible
yeah,
preparation, though.
huge, just huge. So we see Queen A4. Very human move, I think. Very logical because the Queen goes to D4, Knight goes to D4. Queen is quite nicely placed. We have some ideas of Rook takes D6, Queen D6, some sacrifice taking on E4. Then so many different options, and the next move is even more shocking. F4.
No way.
It's like also played at tempo, so he knew it. But imagine you are black and you are facing like Queen D2 at tempo, F4 at tempo. You're thinking, wow, different level. This is just
This
different
is
level.
very QB Okarov level, actually, or whatever was his last name, like A5 Queen D7. It's like the same scale, I think, at this
No,
point.
but I think to
Maybe
play
even higher.
much higher, Georgi, because to play A5, okay, Queen D7, all right, this is possible, but to know so well a little line, and as you mentioned absolutely correctly, that black has extremely many different responses, which are not easy. So it means he has to remember so many different options because computer, in case you analyze a position with a computer where a computer gives 000 in 5 different lines, it means you need to remember all 5 of them, and the lines are very long.
Yes.
So it takes you huge amount of time, plus it takes you huge energy, yeah? Because how to repeat this all,
Now I know
unbelievable.
what these Indian youngsters are doing all day long.
No, but not only
Just
Indian
memorizing
youngsters.
this
Okay.
bunch. Kubo Kirov as well,
But
actually.
I think chess has changed. Today, people are working very, very hard on openings, even maybe more harder than, let's say, 20 years ago. Because 20 years ago, of course, you had top guys, Kramnik working very hard, Liko working very hard, Topolov as well. Most of the people, Anand, of course. But it's not like you had 200 guys in the world who are doing 10 hours daily chess. And today, basically, you can pick a player from top 200 and maybe 90% is just doing chess all day. So
Yeah, that's a fair point.
it was not like that. The top players, yes, they've been working always extremely hard, but the rest, not as hard as people work today. Change has professional chess developed a lot. Direction being very, very professional, much more
We need to
professional than
bring
before.
Fischer chess in action. It's time already
Yes,
at this
Fischer
point.
chess would be more fun, definitely, but
Yes,
not for Iragasi. So imagine you work for
definitely.
10 years, 10 hours daily, then somebody says, let's play Fischer chess, you're very upset, yeah, because what I do is all the work now. Okay, so we have f4, beautiful move. I don't know if this is the best or not the best, because probably it is the best because he remembers what he's doing with white, but human wise to calculate all this is just impossible. f4 is pretty logical because you want to play e5 next. On the other hand, the king on e1 is now so weak, it looks like black should have something, but maybe not. In the game with c queen before, very normal response by black. Knight is under attack, so e5 is forced, and we have a very human move, in my opinion, f6, because we have to do something with the structure.
Yes, indeed.
It seems like the best response would have been g5, but tough move to play. Very tough move to play over the board, because now you weaken your own king. Possible to play g5, yes, but difficult.
Especially when your opponent plays relatively fast, probably it's a difficult move to pull it off because
Very
you're
difficult.
always worried that it might be a special preparation, etc., something like that.
No, but it's for sure a special
I'm not quite
preparation.
sure. Yes, like based on the speed, how Erigaisi plays,
Yeah.
and it's probably not really worth it.
I don't know. So I saw many times, like, let's say Caruana, he is getting a little bit trapped into preparation, then he plays like 20 best moves in a row, and that's it. So the very top guys, sometimes they can find a lot of good moves in a row, even facing some tricky preparation. But it's not an easy
I
task.
see.
Yeah, you must be brave for that. You must be very brave for that. We have f6, very logical, and basically after f6, maybe black's position is almost lost. Next move of white is very important. Bishop d3. We will see why it is important. Black has to take, because if you say A, you must say B. Take, take, take. And the idea is castle short. King g8. So the position of black is not looking bad, no, Georgi? Knight is under
Yeah, I
attack.
mean, knight, the bishop as well, and
Some
everything.
check queen
Okay.
d4, yeah. Yes, king on g8 is not that good, but it is not looking like black is lost. And actually, black is completely lost. Completely lost. Not like little worse, but it's completely lost. And the next move
Wow.
of white decides the game. After this game, you can basically resign. Unbelievable move. Very beautiful. So even to find this move is not an easy task. Yes, for a top player like Erigaisi, not that difficult maybe, but for even average GM would be not so simple. Bishop f5,
That's a nice one.
and the game is done. Yeah.
It's a very nice one.
Bishop f5, that's it. There is nothing that can be done. So many lines must be calculated, but there's nothing.
I have some flashbacks from
Little bit,
they
little
tend
bit.
to like, yes, the similar style there. So
But I think
some
VE
magical
is
things.
little bit next level. Of course, is bishop f7 from VE
That's why
is
I'm saying
incredible.
it. Whenever you face these positions, trade off these light squared bishops. Put it on
Too
a6,
late. Too late.
capture it, exchange it, and finish the business. Every
Actually,
time they get in trouble for that.
your favorite bishop is on e6, but it's not helping.
Yes, that's the big problem, though.
So in the game, we see the move bishop f7. It's hard to do something better in case bishop takes f5. We have the check on d. Sorry, we have the check on d5, and
Benched, yes.
that's it. Yeah, king f8. We take with the bishop with the check.
Like
and
resign, so
that's it. Yeah. So
okay.
black cannot take the bishop on f5. Let's say rook takes d6. Bishop
Now we
takes
can take
e6,
with the check and it's back rank mate.
and we give a mate. Yeah. So also this is not working. So basically after bishop f5, that's it. After bishop f7, white has few winning options, but Erigaisi is choosing once again the most precise one. Rook d8, rook c8, very nice. Black is forced to check. Rook f2 or king h1, I think it does not really matter. He decides to play rook f2.
Rook f2, okay.
Yeah, I think it does not really matter. Black has to take on c8. There is no better move to be made, and bishop c8, the best. And after bishop c8, there is no defense from knight takes f7. So black is done. It's not easy even to see instantly, Georgi, that you're so much lost. Yeah.
No, I'm even looking at it now, actually. Now I understand it over time when it is on the board and so on, but it didn't feel like it since
Yeah.
the beginning of the game
Yes.
that it was that deadly.
It is completely deadly. Knight takes f7 coming next, and indeed there is no defense. So of course king g8, rook h8, very poorly placed. Black is trying to freeze a rook with a move h5. One more move, rook h6, and black is fine, but there is no time for it. Take, queen takes d5. The knight is getting lost. In case of queen g6, we can just play bishop on e6. And that's it.
Finished.
So king h7, take, and of course black resigns because after rook takes c8, queen f5, check, and the rook on c8 is getting lost. What a game, huh, Georgi? Or it's
I mean, I'm just kind of curious. How many moves did he know out of the preparation? If there was any kind of interview, I would like to see that later.
I think
what did he know exactly?
No, but I'm sure that he knew that, and probably he was surprised by the move f6, because this is the moment where he saw it for 20 minutes almost. So plus usually when you analyze with an engine, you don't check moves which are bad. So let's say engine gives you 3 different options, let's say, which are normal, and you just check the 3. So you are not checking option number 8 of engine. That's why I guess he knew everything till the move e5. Actually, we are move 20 already, not so bad for a rare line. And after f6, he sought for 20 minutes and he found the win with a short castle followed by bishop f5. This is what he executed instantly. So thinking 20 minutes, finding the best option. He knows that there is something and he found it and won the game. Very clean win by Erigaisi. Very nice.
Bravo. Well deserved. And I mean, if he knows all this kind of things now, I don't wonder how does he win the games against 2,600 rated players anymore.
Yeah, but
he probably has this kind of prep on many games, and he uses these tricks in his sleeves consistently in open tournaments, and that's it. We're talking about the person which was very close to 2,800 at some point, right? He was like 790 or something like that.
Maybe even more. No, but the thing is, in an open tournament, to score with white is possible, but to score very high with black, this is what is difficult. And Erigaisi is one of the few people who can score very high with black pieces, because with black You cannot crush somebody like that. It is not possible. So he's playing often very risky positions, and once again, very often he has a lost position. So he is winning a completely lost position a lot of times. With white, we see a very clean game. With black, it's completely different case. All right, let's go for the next decisive game. We have a lot of draws in between. We can just say a few words about the game Hofhannisyan against Pragnananda. I don't think the game was actually interesting. White tried to make a draw and White managed to make a draw, so there is no big reason for us to check the game. Not that exciting. The game between Giri and Donchenko. Giri obviously big favorite and one of the favorite players of Georgi to win the World Cup.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was as well not a very interesting game. Giri might have gotten some small edge, but the game all in all more or less a clean draw. So Donchenko played very well with black, and Giri had, in my opinion, no real chances to win the game. He was pushing definitely, but not very exciting. The next game is quite exciting. So we have Pranav, the new superstar from India, who is climbing extremely fast in his elo, and we have the superstar from Lithuania, Strimacius. Sorry, I am spelling his name wrongly. Strimavicius or Titus. I don't know how to say the name.
I
of the
can't help
Lithuanian
you on
playing
that.
correctly,
I
yeah.
don't know. Just
Sorry for that.
Titas, I guess.
Yes,
or
Titus.
Titas, I'm not sure.
This is easy. Yeah. He,
Yes,
as
I
we know,
don't
he
know.
has amazing tournament playing super well, and this game against Pranav, not easy because the Indian superstar, young guy Pranav, I think he was world champion now under 20 recently. Good preparation, good calculation, playing quite fast. Tough opponent Pranav. This game is what we're gonna check next. E4, E6. So we have again the French. This time knight D2, not the most ambitious line. E5 or knight C3 are the main. So knight D2, C5. Of course, it is still theory, so we are not going into details here. What is interesting is that we see the move E5 being played. Usually,
Yeah.
E takes D4, D5. This is a normal line, or
Exactly.
the most
And
played
that's
line.
what
let's
I
call it
have
like that.
been. It's what I have been playing with the white pieces. But I'm a bit impressed. But okay, E5, knight D7.
E5, knight D7, knight F3. So we have strange version of French. Of course, very playable. Knight C6, bishop F4. As we can see, Pranav is playing at tempo, so he has 1:33 on the clock. All is theory. Bishop E7, and he plays C5 after 10 minutes of thinking. So Bishop E7 seems like it surprised him a little bit. C3, very solid move, no, Georgi. What can be wrong with C3?
I like it a lot.
And here we go, G5, boom. Very unexpected. I don't think he was ready for the move G5, because would you play in this position, G5?
I've played it a couple of times, but usually the pawns were still on the board. The C and D pawns, like C5 and D4 pawns. And I've had these occasions when I pushed the C4 later to block it. But when it is opened like that and C4 at any moment in the future coming, G5 looks quite risky for me though.
Very risky play, but maybe a good play. So, very talented player from Lithuania. His rating is very small, only 2544. He's facing the top players of the world and doing very well against them. So, G5. Interesting, yeah? Very brave decision to play G5. And I think a good move. Bishop G3, logical to keep the E5 protected. Now we have the move Queen B6, aggressive play by black, and I think this is precisely the way black has to play. Once you played G5, there is no comeback, in my opinion.
Fair point indeed.
So black has to push, Queen B6, aggressive play, so pressure on everywhere. Maybe next we can expect H5, G4, so black is pushing, and yes, you can be lucky and then you will be doing very well. Or you will just get crushed. In case white manages to stabilize, bad news. Two outcomes, in
Hmm.
my opinion. Tough,
Definitely.
tough play by black. Rook to b1, and this was surprising to me because after queen b6, there are few ways to play for white. It's not like only rook to b1 as well. Let's say in case I would be white here, I would consider maybe I should sacrifice a pawn. What do you think, Georgi? To go like bishop d3, short castle, no? Okay.
Actually, I believe after bishop d3, maybe black was planning to include some h5, g4 ideas, perhaps,
Could
or
be. Could be.
something similar.
Yeah, but
Yes,
after rook
because
b1
this queen
is...
b2, I like it. But after rook b1, why not there though?
Yes, so what
Let's say this
surprises me
h4.
very much that Pranav is playing rook b1 within a minute. This is very surprising action because you have quite a wide choice. And rook b1 is not the most simple move. Yes, it defends the pawn on b2, but usually you don't want to make moves like rook b1. So you're searching for opportunity, queen d2, bishop d3 to do something fast to play against the black king on e8. Rook b1, a bit strange, to me at least.
Yeah, definitely. Same here. Well, this variations, okay, I've seen it, the engine usually screaming this kind of moves, but I don't quite grasp it. If white needs to play the move like rook b1, I think black is already doing fine
It should be, but
at this
very
point.
complex, very, very complex. And now we see the move knight c5. This is something I don't understand because combination of moves g5 and knight to c5 seems to be wrong. If you want to go knight c5, do it instantly. If you want to go g5, then push.
Makes more
Um,
sense.
we
Just
have
curious, what was the plan after h5? What was white planning to do?
h5, I guess h4.
h4, let's say I continue pressing.
You go g4, and now
Knight
I don't
jumps
know.
on
I
g5,
can go knight
perhaps.
g5 or knight c6, so it depends
Knight
if I want to
c6,
keep the
yeah.
pawn or I want to give the pawn. Very complicated. Maybe, let's say I don't give you the pawn, so take, and I go
Take
knight
it
g5.
back.
In my
Yeah, I
opinion,
don't
very
know
complicated position.
actually. I might try bishop a6 and just continue from there.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
I don't know actually. I still feel like black should be doing okay, I guess, but it's not clear.
maybe not.
Because I'm trying to fight on the light squares. Let's say bishop a6.
Yeah, but it's hard to say. Again, very
Okay.
complicated position, must be
Check.
calculated. If you go bishop a6, I don't know if this is the best because you give me opportunity for queen a4, queen f4 later. I might take with the rook f3.
That
I
I
don't know.
wanted to trade
So
actually. Let's
yes,
say I'll
yes.
take on f1, queen b5, some stuff unclear. Okay, well,
I don't
it's
know,
quite
Georgi.
unclear
Very,
there.
very complicated position. It's hard to make a judgment here because one good move and it can be good or bad. So this
Really,
position
to
is...
me, this looks more natural to play this h5. Maybe it's a mistake, but just
But why not g4 instantly,
try
for example?
instantly, yes.
So maybe white can give the e5 pawn, but not so sure. So I think knight c6 is looking more safe. B takes c6. Now is the question: do we go like knight d2 or we go knight d4? Both is possible. Maybe conservative knight to d2. So now the pawn is
d2.
on g4 is under attack.
On h5, there is h3, probably. That's what
Also, this is not so
Prana
easy, I
was
think.
hoping
Okay,
for.
you play h3, of course, but is it so obvious?
This
I
I
go h4. You want to
can
take, yeah?
take. Yes,
And
takes
let's
on
see.
g3, rook h8.
Do I have
I
something?
think I might be okay.
No. Okay, so h4 I can't go. So what can I do?
If no
with
h4,
black?
then I think white is doing fine.
No, of course, if you take,
Yeah,
it
that's
will
the
be
thing.
pawn
So
down, yeah.
h4 is kind of the main thing. Maybe that's what he was hoping for, perhaps, that the pawn was hanging,
Maybe.
I guess, on g4
Maybe.
with
Yeah.
a tempo.
Okay, but
but
still,
then
black
knight
has to push.
c5.
Black has to
Yes,
push. Yeah?
yes,
I mean,
no doubt.
combination of g5 and then you go knight c5, it makes no sense. So I think after knight c5, we can say that g5 been premature.
Yes.
The combination of these two moves is not so good. So after knight c5, white is better. We have the move h4 been played. Very complex decision h4. So Pranav is not searching for easy ways of play. h4, knight e4, ag, and knight takes g3. A bit strange. It makes...
Isn't it better to take g5 pawn though?
No, but then I think you're positionally not so good, Georgi. This is for sure better for white. This structure is looking ugly. I can even go f4, bishop f2.
Okay.
This is like for sure better for white. I believe you must do something fast, yeah? So for example, let's say we take on d4. Now is the question, what can you do with white here?
Okay, and then they can go after if c takes, there is bishop b4.
Yes, that's a problem, is it? We have the check on b4.
Or
Still,
even queen a5 or something like that might be better.
okay, queen a5, I go king e2 still, and I go with the king on e3. Crazy position, yeah? So difficult to judge again. Who is better? No idea.
I would be taking on a2 and just
Yes.
continue from there, actually.
Okay, and if I go king e3?
Oof. Again, tough questions are coming to me, yes, I noticed.
No, but this is crazy position. It's so difficult to judge. Yeah. So on one hand, yes, it's difficult to estimate, but I think black has to take on d4 because if you don't take on d4, what else you want to play?
That looks much better, I agree.
The position in the game. Okay, this is bad for sure. How can this be not bad? White is a pawn up. There is bishop d3 coming. h7 pawn is most probably going to fall. Where is the compensation?
Fair point.
So,
point.
or you find something here with black, or I think you're just doing very badly. So knight g3, strange decision. Also, knight g3 played within 2 minutes. So I don't know. Maybe we don't see something, or maybe Titas underestimated something. Two options. So bishop d7 and queen d3. Actually a nice move, but a very hard move to play. Queen to d3 because not very natural. We still keep the bishop on f1. Something like bishop d3 looking more natural, but queen d3 is strong. Rook h7 coming next eventually.
Yeah, it's in the spirit of Kubokarov. No problem, actually. Queen on the d file on this diagonal, same,
Yeah.
actually. No
Take,
difference.
take. Rook c8, black is trying to get some counterplay, and rook h7 as expected. Take, take. White is full 2 pawns up. The king is relatively open, but on the other hand, king is relatively safe, no?
Or can escape on f2, g1, etc. Why not?
Exactly, yeah. King
F3
king
knight
g1.
does a tremendous job, actually, holding
G6
the...
coming next, somewhere.
position,
Check
yes.
on g8, no? Looks very
Okay,
bad.
so
for
it
black.
looks very nice.
Bishop
Okay.
b5, good move. King gets to d7, relatively safe. And here we have a very strange decision by Pranav, because he thinks now for just 9 minutes and plays a3. It's like, I would never think of this move even, Georgi. Would you
What's
ever
the
think of
plan?
a3?
I'm trying to understand the plan first.
Maybe he avoids queen a5 check and queen takes a2, or only this comes to my mind. Otherwise it makes no
But
sense.
let's... the king, what's up with the king, by the way? Do we have like lifetime insurance, or what's the plan
I don't know.
with the king, though?
I don't know, Georgi. A3 is too deep for me. I don't know. I would never play the move a3 in this position because I would think, okay, let's escape maybe to f2 and g1.
I might just take on b5 and then move the king on that direction, or
yeah, for example.
right away, or something like that. Just the king must escape. Okay, g6 is too much, right? Am I just exaggerating it?
I don't know.
Because the king is
Must
safe on
calculate.
d7, so I can't do much. That's the problem. He
Yes.
will take it and put the king. Okay, if the king escapes, there is no point there.
Yeah,
At least it doesn't. I don't have to rush with it.
yeah.
Okay, king f2 does look very natural.
Yes, king
No
f2 is
doubt.
looking very nice. Just let's escape to g1. Maybe if he takes, I'm gonna even play rook takes f1 Then we have this nice pressure on f7. All this is looking, in my opinion, close to be winning for white. Hard to imagine that black should have enough counterplay. Queen h7 perfectly positioned to stop the black rook from c8. Looks
That's very
excellent.
important, though.
Yeah, this looks very nice for white, but a3, wow. How to understand that?
He touched the pawn.
He touched.
I always try to find the explanations of such moves.
This would be unexpected if you touch the pawn. So take, queen b3. All right, now queen takes a very beautiful position. Rook c2 is coming, or queen c2 is coming. King g1. Idea is obvious. Rook f1 next, with a huge pressure on f7, and black plays nice move, queen c2. It's actually the best, I guess, because black is forcing to go into an endgame, which is not so simple.
Yeah, because, okay, white does have the extra pawns, but let's have a look at these pawns.
Yeah, it's actually strange, because usually 2 extra pawns should be enough to have a clear advantage, but now
I kind of started to think that black might, I don't know, maybe it's too much, but black is doing surprisingly well at this point. The knight can't move anywhere. The king is not joining in action. Rook is quite active. Maybe like king d7, king on that direction can join, or king on the other side easily. I don't feel like black is struggling.
I don't know.
Black is struggling anymore.
2 pawns is 2 pawns, so 2 pawns more usually means advantage. Maybe black is back a little bit, but still I think white is doing better. Before, maybe white just been doing winning. So from a winning position into just a better endgame. So we have a4 been played. This is quite logical, because a4, idea b3 at least, that we don't lose both of our pawns. a5, b3, king f8, normal play, king h2, normal play. So king g4, and black just keeps on waiting with a move bishop a3. Still 2 pawns up. g2, of course, eventually is going to fall. Does not change much. The question is, how can white somehow get the rook to the 7th rank? So that's why as well we see the move bishop a3, nice move, because in case black takes instantly on g2, we have rook c1,
disaster,
and this is going to end very badly, because the knight will get at some point into the game.
Finally, white gets the activity there.
Very dangerous. So that's why we see the move bishop a3. We have rook h1. Idea is, I guess, to sacrifice somewhere with the move g6. Makes sense. Other idea could be rook h6 followed by rook f6 and then g6. Because
that looks good. That looks good.
We have rook c3 and he goes back. So seems like Pranav calculated, or maybe according to his feeling, something like rook h6 or g6 been not working. But is it so, Georgi? So let's say rook h6, take rook f6. Can we
probably the bishop needs to go back?
Bishop e7, yes. Nice move, because if you don't play it, then g6 and knight g5 coming. So we have...
You know what I thought, actually? Somewhere knight h4 at g6, maybe after rook h6.
You go rook h6, rook takes b3, and now knight h4.
Knight h4 idea, let's say.
What's your next move?
No, I cannot make it work, yes.
Looks not easy. Looks not easy.
No.
Maybe
I've seen the ghosts.
Maybe g6, no? Georgi? Just to activate. What happens after g6? King g6 is sort of a must, I guess. And now is the question, do we go rook h8, or do we have some idea with rook h5, maybe then to give a check and something? But I don't see what, so... Do you see something, Georgi? Maybe.
Well, actually, if we go rook h5, there is one thing which looks okay, I believe. Okay. Let's say rook h5, rook b3, we give a check. If king goes there, it's time for maybe king h5. with the intention of rook g4, knight g5 ideas at this point.
I don't know, because I always have bishop e7. I don't know. I don't feel like you're gonna make
Not
me.
enough, yeah.
It doesn't look like it's
But this
enough.
bishop e7 is like a cheat code, really. It's something goes wrong, black plays bishop e7 and done.
But what do you
And
think
looks
about
at
rook
you
h8?
directly. Rook h8. Thinking he needs to go back.
Go back? I think he must
Rook
take.
g8 check.
Yes, but okay, king h7. I don't know. I would take with black.
Wasn't that
because-
much. I'm worried about knight g5 actually. That's
Yes,
what that's why. Right away. I
right
thought.
away.
Yes.
Okay, but you go back.
That's what's can check. We can take f7 pawn already.
Yes, you will take it. But the thing is, are you winning or not? Maybe you're winning. Yeah?
But it looks scary actually for black. That's why I wanted to kick the rook out.
Okay, so let's say rook b8.
But the knight will still, I'll take it.
You have to take, and rook b7. Then bishop c1, yes?
Bishop c1 already. I'll
So
use
we
my
want to
cheat
go-
code, but in other direction, yes.
And bishop c1. So maybe I have to put rook to some different square, or how to get the f7 pawn.
But it does look like white should get there. But again, bishop just kills the action either from e7 or c1.
Yes, not easy, not easy. So Pranav saw no way to do something here, and just played back rook b1. Okay, maybe he is correct that there is nothing that can be done, but I don't know, a little bit strange, yeah, because it feels like we
wait,
should have something.
wait, Arkady. Is there any rook h6, rook b3, king h5?
King h5. Okay, so you want to go g6 next.
All in base. Yeah, I can cover it with the knight, so I can
Yes,
still
yes.
push g6.
I see, but the question is, are you better?
At least I pushed the pawn.
Okay, you push the pawn, but
I broke through.
you push the pawn, but maybe bishop c1 just for you not to push the pawn.
Let's move it on f6.
Yeah, but it's too complicated, Georgi. I will also
Rook f6,
start,
g6 might. Okay,
but
well,
also the pawn is running is. I don't know who is better.
risky. Yeah.
I would imagine you would be white, and you have to take a decision to protect the pawn or to go for something like that.
Very tough. Very
That's
tough.
like
It's good
impossible.
when I'm watching it. Just it's easier.
Yes, it's way easier when you're watching. Ah, yes, maybe you can go like king h5 with the idea of g6 and to be
G6.
forced to take and then to go back, but this is
It's so hardcore actually
yeah,
going
this is
for
too
it.
much. This is just too much. Okay, so in any case, he goes back. Black as well goes back. So now we move a little bit. By the way, brave move bishop b2 because now rook a2 is possible. So quite a brave move. Rook f1.
But how was he going to continue, by the way? Speaking of which, on rook a2 precisely.
Probably he's gonna take. And there is no improvement.
Knight e1 business will not work.
Okay, rook d2. And then we have bishop c3 to get out. Maybe black is fine.
Yeah.
Rook
okay.
f1. So back to the ideas of g6. Now bishop goes back and g6. So finally, somehow white, instead of having rook on b1, has now rook on f1. Yeah, so black got a little tricked.
And the bishop went back on a3, which I don't quite understand it. It went on a perfect square on b2.
Yes, bishop a3 is a
And
bit
why
strange.
bishop
Maybe he
going
saw no
back?
defense against g6.
Regardless, the bishop looks better, right?
Yeah,
On
but what you gonna
b2.
do? G6 and problems.
Let's say I take away the king.
Yeah, but then knight g5, and I think it's gonna be bad. He wants
At
to
least
go.
I can take bishop d4, bishop e5
No,
ideas.
He wants to go bishop a3, bishop e7, so he wants to go back into the defense. Maybe bishop b2 was too ambitious, I don't know, because now tricky. How do you avoid the move g6?
Not really possible.
I don't know,
guess.
very tricky. It's getting tricky because maybe just the best position for the bishop is on e7, not on b2. To win the pawn on d4 is gonna be not an easy task, so maybe you need to play like rook e2 was the idea rook e4, but even here is so difficult to understand exactly, can you take the pawn or you cannot take the pawn. Is there a move g6, for example? Now it's like very hard in a practical game, difficult decision to take, yeah. Because in case you
No
take a
doubt.
wrong decision, you just lose the game. So maybe it is okay, but maybe not as well. With white, it's very safe. We can go like rook d1. Let's check what is the next move of black. Is black going to take on g2? But then we have this g6. So not easy, yeah? No easy decisions. This is a problem. That maybe position is fine, but there is no easy play. So I think Titas put himself a little bit in trouble with his move bishop b2. Just keep on waiting. Maybe white just has nothing. If white had nothing before, why should white find something right now? Yeah.
Fair point.
Just wait.
Especially he's getting quite low on time.
Yes. So he tries to go back to this fortress with the bishop on a3, but now we have the rook on f1 instead of h1 or b1 like we had before, and that's why we see the move g6 being played. Smart. King g6 is forced, of course. I can never take with a pawn. Knight g5, boom, over. So king takes, knight g5. Now rook f7, rook f6, bishop e7, sort of forced. Knight takes f7, and black is suffering. So still not that obvious if this is a winning position or it is a draw, but black is suffering. Rook d2, he's going for the d4 pawn. And interesting that white is just defending with a rook f4 move. Maybe a good play. Question, why not to give a check? Because I think in case of king g7, this should be winning, no?
Yeah, that's very active king.
We
Okay.
have so strong king,
No,
so
it's
we gotta win
finished.
the game.
I think there is only move on h6.
So king h6 is only move, and we have nothing, yeah?
What is there? Let's say
Still we have to play
rook
rook f4.
f7. Wouldn't change much.
No,
Oddly
wouldn't
enough.
change much. Yeah, rook f7. I think black takes. We go
Take
back.
it.
Let's say bishop c5, and probably we cannot mate the black king. Yeah? In case of check, he goes back. So
Not enough pieces.
maybe not enough pieces. Yeah, that's why we see the move rook f4. Okay, 2 pawns up. Still rook d3. Black keeps on waiting, and knight d6. So he's not going for this knight h8 option. He's going for knight d6. Good play. Good play by white. Still position is just so forced, yeah, because bishop g5, rook f8, take, king h3. Is it a win, or can black survive that? Problem, rook e8, rook e6 coming. Is there something?
No, that looks way more difficult compared to what position he had. Does he really allow these breakthroughs?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he could prevent it, but clearly he struggles now.
Yes, black is in trouble. Rook e8, maybe there is no way to stop it. So we have rook d3, rook e8, king h5, king h2. Because in case we don't go king h2, then probably there is some trick with bishop f4 next, yeah? Or maybe not. In case I just take rook takes e6, what could be the idea?
He'll go for it, right? Bishop f4, knight f5.
f4, knight f5.
I'll attack this guy on f5, king g5.
King g5 looks normal. And what can we do with white? So something like rook e8 looks normal as well. You have no real threat, yeah? So I can take on b6,
Yeah.
but then you take, and this is just a draw. Yes,
I think it should be a draw. Yes.
Maybe this is just a draw, yeah. There is no way for white to do something, so we can check the line, let's say take, but maybe you can even take on e5 now.
Yeah, that looks better.
So
That looks better,
there's
yes.
even that, so yes, this is correct. That's why we see the move king h2 being played. By the way, this is move 40. And bishop on d2. So he's trying to catch g3 pawn by playing bishop e1. White takes, bishop e1, and knight f5. So bishop e3 back. Probably king g5 was the original idea by black. So what happens after king to g5? We defend with rook f6 or?
I don't see. Let's say if I move the knight away, there is a check and it's finished. If I go rook f6 temporarily, yeah, why not? Actually, and then rook f8 and just
So the
continue
idea is
pressing
bishop
with the pawn.
c3. We have knight e7, yeah, and there is no way to win the pawn.
I looked at it from d6 for some reason, but
Okay.
e7 looks much better.
d6
Yes.
also fine, yeah. I think the same.
Because I wanted like knight f7 ideas and stuff
you
like
wanted to
down
go
the
here.
road, but yeah.
Okay.
It never hurts to go after the king.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wanted to mate into.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay, doesn't matter. So it looks very good for white suddenly. Yeah, suddenly it looks like he's just winning. Yeah? Knight f5, bishop c3 back, knight h4.
Okay. If the knight comes
Knight
back
gets
there,
to
I think it's
f3.
finished already.
Yeah. Okay. So
Whoa.
somehow, actually, a very good game by both. Yeah, high level chess. This is very high level chess. He's so greedy. Why to be so greedy? I guess there should be something else not to win the game. Why to be so greedy? D3.
Want to be safe. He wants to be safe. No chance.
G4. E6. Pawn is running. Pawn is running. Rook E1. So, alright. This is so easily winning now? I don't know, Georgi. Does it look like that
Rook
kind
d2.
of easy win?
I think there is something concrete. Hang on. I looked at it. Don't we have this knight d4, knight c6?
Okay, but is it an easy win? I have bishop g5.
Same.
I don't know.
I'll go for knight c6. Because I want to take a5 pawn, basically.
This rook endgame with 2 pawns up, yeah, it should be winning. I play bishop
Yes.
g5.
And there we... I think I can protect it. Let's go rook d3. I should be fine.
Yeah, but
I think I can take the pawn on a5, though.
you think you're gonna win it?
Many pawns.
Yeah, but knight is so far away, I don't know. For example, I play king f5, you take... I go king
Rook
g4.
King g4. Okay, hang on.
Because I want to give you a check. No, but you might be winning, I agree, but I don't know. It does not look that simple.
Knight c4. Knight c4. Good, good, good. Knight comes back.
Knight c4,
No rook b2
so
checks.
No rook b2 check, and this is...
Yeah, white should be already.
This is
Yes, it
probably
should
win,
be.
yeah. But okay, not easy. Yeah.
I think some concrete things he had it. That's what he figured.
I don't know.
Or at least he thought that in the worst case scenario, he probably thought I would put the rook on d3, keep the pawn protected, and continue from there.
Yeah, but I think he missed somewhere a more simple win, because it doesn't look to be that simple to me. So he repeats. Yes, now we have this position. Yeah. So 2 pawns more should be a win. Yeah, this should be a win. Still not so simple. Let's see the technique of white. Yeah, this is game over. Yeah. 2 pawns, 2 pass pawns, 0 chance, I think.
But just white's king is not really into the action. Oh, you see, I was about to say the king is not really into the action, but
No, but this should be. I think this position must be completely winning. How not to win this? You have pawns a4, b3, so all you need to do is to bring the king back to b3.
you know what I'm thinking. At some point, getting this bishop versus rook and pawn weird end games when it ends up that
Yeah, but a4 is
white
winning.
has the pawn.
A4 is winning, a5 is draw. So
I'll wait for it. I'll wait for it actually.
okay, but bishop g1 and king f6. So king f6 seems to be very, very bad. All right. So what did he miss? King d6. Even hard to understand what he missed. No, he missed maybe that somehow king like that is getting closer to the pawns, or difficult to see what he has missed, yeah?
I'm just looking at it.
Okay. Seems to
King
be
d4.
not simple. King d6, check, king c6, b5, king b6. Yeah, this is maybe what he missed. Yeah, king d6, good move. This might be a draw, yeah, because we played now b5, and all we need to do is somehow to take the a4 pawn, rook a8, king b7, all right, rook a6. Well, this might be a draw. Yeah? Bishop b6, good move, but how to win now this position? Is it a draw, Georgi?
I think so, actually.
Wow.
So I'm kind of wondering.
Yes, this is a draw. That's amazing. So from completely winning position and after a great game, maybe this is just a draw, but why he moves the bishop? Just keep on waiting. What's the deal? So we need to avoid to get the knight to d6. Yeah, this is like the only square. All we need to do is to control the knight, so it should be possible, because once you have the knight on e4, I just spin it, you move somewhere, I give you check. The other trick is to play a5, but a5 is never possible because we just take the pawn, rook takes, and king b6.
And king comes up.
So, should be complete draw. Why he moves the bishop?
Oh.
Okay, he moves back, so things are fine. Okay, what is the idea of white?
I'm also trying to figure it out.
So somehow he gets
Okay,
the
king getting to b3, I'm not so
but
big
of course
fan
he's
of it,
so
allowing
unlucky.
this.
No, but he's so unlucky that there is no rook f3. Why he keeps the rook on the f line? Just get it to the h file and check, 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 check. I don't know. Feels to me to be a draw, but bishop c5. Now he lets the rook go. Knight d3, king c4, and a5 coming, or knight c5. Yeah, but horribly defended by black. No, but this is not good, no, Georgi? Should have been already a draw, yeah. So white had to win the game twice. Yeah, and it is game over because there is a mate coming, and this position is very, very easily winning with a b pawn. So black resigned. All right, first we saw a very, very high level game in my opinion, but then white missed a lot of things, and black, I think, missed already a clear draw, no?
Definitely. I'm a bit surprised, actually, that black... I didn't understand one thing, actually. So he had the king on b7 and the bishop on b6, right?
Yes.
So it's clear that the rook and these two pawns are stopped. Like, he's fighting with the rook versus this knight. How about the checks and something? Either he shouldn't allow... Ah, look at his time, Arkady.
No, but little time, of course.
He has like absolutely zero time already at this point.
Yes, but you have 30 seconds per move, so should be enough to defend this position.
Somewhere like move it on h6 or whatever and just continue like checks and...
yeah, but rook h6.
Where is the king going to?
a5.
Ah, okay, fair point.
You must be a little careful with black, yeah? So maybe in this position he should have just kept the rook somewhere, I don't know, somewhere, let's say you give a check, this was fine, and to play something like rook h1. Just let's see what happens. So you don't give white a real chance, yeah, for getting somehow king to b3 and then the knight somewhere close.
I really don't want to let it happen, really.
Yeah, because you start to play immediately rook h5, rook h4, so you keep the white pieces far away from the pawns.
And I really don't think that king and knight can outplay the rook in this position, though.
Okay, I think
because the bishop has some flexibility. It's just for one check and come back kind of thing. And the rook on a6, I would compare it to something actually, but just stands like that, actually, does nothing.
Okay, I think there is a practical winning chance because you can play this for 50 moves, and if black is one move not careful enough, then a5 and you're lost. So there is a practical chance of winning it, but let's say if two computers would play, I think it would be an easy draw. Hard to imagine that you can win this position. In a practical game, yes, because it's a long game, both players are tired. Titas has to play on 30 seconds. Not easy, yeah? Just practically not easy. But
He was
objectively
down two
speaking,
pawns for the whole time,
yes,
actually.
yes. He had to suffer a lot, and all right, very interesting game. What to say? Of course, it's pity for Titas so close to make a draw, but on the other hand, would it be a deserved draw? I don't think so, no, because Pranav played really nice, and actually he deserved to win the game. Okay, interesting. Next, we have Kamer against Pranesh. Actually, who was world champion? Pranav or Pranesh? I think Pranav.
Pranav.
Yeah.
Pranav, yes, I know it is a fact.
Yeah. So this game of Kamer against Pranesh, it was a fighting game, but in my opinion, not super interesting for us. So we're gonna skip it. The next game, Gledura against VE. Yes, it was a safe game, high-level game, which ended in a draw. Maybe we can take a brief look at it. The next game is very exciting. So let's take a look at Gledura with the move a3. All right, why not? We have normal Queen's Gambit. I believe this position should be approximately equal. Actually, I never understood what is the main plan of white. So Gledura is playing a tempo. Seems to be a sideline, but he probably has an idea, but the idea Queen f4, what is this kind of idea? You're equalizing with white from the opening, or what is the idea of that, Georgi? I cannot understand.
I only know this Queen f3 setups, you know, with this Bishop g5, Queen f3 ideas that you take and double up the pawns. Yeah. But that's the only time I know that this queen going there is a good option. This one, first time I see that, I have no idea.
No, but I don't understand the opening preparation of Gledura because, alright, he played super fast. We are now moved 12 and we have completely equal endgame. So
he wanted Erigaisi style.
He wanted to make a draw, I think, and he managed to make a draw. Actually, a strange play by VE because why to play knight e4? This is weird.
He also wanted to make a draw.
VE, I don't know. I think he wanted to
just
play.
two grown men wanting the same thing actually finished.
I think VE wanted to play, but then he needed to be careful. Of course, the endgame is a draw, but now you must be a little careful, yeah, because who knows, yeah, in this crazy pawn endgames, anything can
pawn
happen.
Endings, yes.
Yeah, it's like one little miscalculation, but look at already, he has to find moves like b6, yeah, okay, tough. Also h4, very tough, no? Imagine, Georgi.
Nice. Okay, but from VE, I'm not surprised.
Okay, he's super strong tactically, but quite a beauty, no? In my opinion.
Yeah, this g3, f4, or f4 right away, yes.
So, very nice pawn breakthrough. You take, I play g3. In case you take, I play f3. So, yeah. Of course.
I always thought that these positions were artificially created in the books, though. Now I see it's not.
Yeah. Now you see it's not, so VE easily holds, but yeah, I think for a normal human being it would be definitely not so easy to hold, yeah, because you're worried that you might miscalculate something and lose the game, but okay, VE never miscalculates, so it's easy. Next game is maybe the biggest upset of the current round. We have Abdusattorov with white losing to Martinez, and actually he's losing a completely winning position with much more time. Something like that we see quite rarely, and he's losing very strangely actually. Till then it's a nice game, so very nice game, by the way. So Martinez thinks it's a good idea to play Philidor.
Which century are we checking it now?
Philidor. So Philidor with e takes d4, knight takes d4. All right, so the main line, bishop f4.
Yeah, this one.
Knight c6. All is theory. a6.
I think there I know.
f3, main line.
Some weird f3. Yes, okay.
b5. This all been played. And I think it is just very bad for black. What do you think, Georgi?
I like it a lot. Okay, especially he did go for this exchange sacrifice, yeah, because this bishop is a monster.
I don't
Definitely
know.
not less than the rook.
I don't know, but I'm not a fan of such a play, but maybe I'm mistaken. So bishop d5, rook c8. Both players playing fast. So
But
it's
they
like
probably knew it.
you are
It's possible
happy,
they
I'm
played
happy
it in
too.
Blitz.
For sure.
They played in Blitz probably
sure.
somewhere.
For sure, Georgi, yeah. But strange that both are happy. Usually one side is more happy
One of
than
this-
the other, yeah, but now we have
Yes.
both players very happy. All right. So we have the move g5, very normal. Now h4, h5, g6. Bishop on d5 seems to be at least as strong as this rook, no? Because
Yes.
massive bishop on d5, c4, so black is pushing. King b1 to avoid all possible tricks with a move b3, very useful. King b1, queen a5. Both players continue playing very fast. Rook c5, alright. Queen d4, defending probably from rook takes d5, even though
For
hard to
a black
understand.
player, yes, for black player Arkady, I believe the reason why he plays fast is because this is how he plays. Not necessarily that he feels so comfortable in the situations. I've seen his classical games. He tends to play relatively fast because of this fast time controls and everything. Doesn't really sit for long. So he's quite good at fast time control compared to classical.
Okay.
There is almost no comparison. And I noticed that he doesn't sit for long in any
Okay.
case. Not because he feels comfortable, he
Maybe.
just prefers to play that way.
Maybe, but at some moment it's time to think, no? Because it might be just too late. This position looks like white is just dominating. So we have h5 move. Abdusattorov plays the move queen d4, but at the moment, I believe, yes, it's hanging. So he thought that h5 is probably take, queen takes d5. Yeah, so this is a trick. So if I take on e7, then you take on f3.
No tricks, nothing for white.
Maybe,
No, I don't think
maybe
so.
there's something. I don't know, Georgi.
Yeah, I think black is fine. Yes.
If there is nothing, then
Can I not play this rook h4? Doesn't work.
maybe you can. I don't know.
Maybe,
It needs to be calculated.
but
So
yeah,
rook h4,
okay, fair.
probably a must. Yeah.
Some b3, yes.
Maybe you're winning with white, but maybe not. I don't know. Needs to be
Yeah, that's
calculated.
very
All right.
Fair point. Fair point.
No, but maybe you're winning. Maybe you can just take twice now and just win the game.
Take twice and queen d6 perhaps at the end
So you're just winning. Yeah. Okay.
to
maybe
cover up the light curse.
maybe you're winning. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So let's say, can I have something like queen f2?
That's what I was worried about actually. It's such a sneaky move
G6,
though.
or what's the point?
If I play
and
rook g4 for now,
okay, you play rook g4 and I go back. Yeah, I should go back.
can protect it or it's
Queen
too
d7?
bad.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Looks still passive, but you know, if I put the bishop on c1 on the very next move, then I'm back in the game.
Yes, of course, yes. Yeah, maybe.
And
So,
black's rook cannot join. That's the worst part there.
that's true. So maybe he should have played then the move h5, but maybe he said, why should I calculate all this craziness? Let me just play
protect
queen
it and
d4
continue.
and still h5 is coming the next move, so should be enough to win the game. Maybe he thought of that, so we have rook c8. So here black thought for 30 minutes. So after playing very fast, he reached the
realized position is
where
really
he
bad.
thought maybe I'm gonna lose in the next 5 moves, so time to think. Not
Bad timing, but it counts still.
okay. He's searching for options to survive. We have h5, obvious, take, and bishop f8. This is looking just horrible for black, no?
Definitely.
It looks like
Wait,
complete
black
game over.
won this game?
Excuse me?
Black won this game.
Black won this game, yeah. This is shocking. So for the moment, I think Abdusattorov is playing an excellent game. So he managed to outplay, and h6. A bit strange. Why to play h6 and not g6? This is hard to understand. I don't know, because after g6, I think huge advantage, but after h6, it's also looking like a huge advantage.
He probably thought that there was just g6, bishop d6, and that's it. Like that cheap trick he went for and
Yeah, but queen
simple.
c5, I think he saw queen c5. How not to see it?
But hang on, is g6 a crusher at this point?
I don't know how to defend. Gf coming next.
That's a big threat.
I think white's position must be much better. So
And if f takes, I can even bring the queen on e4
But-
and like kind of
you can just take, I think.
take it right away, yes.
Why not to take? I don't know. Queen e4 is also
Yes.
possible, but why not to take? So we want to take.
That to me looks lost for black, actually.
Looks tough here.
But it's just mate, I think, literally on the board.
Maybe it's a mate, but in any case, I think it's just tough, yeah. How to defend
Wait, so
everything.
g6, there was something for black, because I can't really believe that.
Not maybe
the
black can
Satorov
defend with something like
mislooked at
queen
it.
c7, but the position is just very bad.
I'll take on h7 and do everything. Okay, well,
Yeah, just a
surprising,
bad
though.
position.
For someone on this caliber,
Yeah.
it's
It's also
quite
difficult
strange.
to say what he has missed because h6 queen c5 is forced. Yeah, if no queen c5, that's
Yes,
it.
it's
So,
finished. Yes.
Queen c5 is a must. Queen e4, obviously. g6 is a must because otherwise, okay, what else can I do if I don't play g6? Okay, it's not possible to allow a g because this is over. So g6 is forced. Bishop e3, I guess this was his plan. I need to go back because I just have nothing. But now it's not so easy because we have rook e8 coming. I don't know, Georgi. He has missed something, but I don't understand what he has missed. Bishop d4. Okay, he plans to play queen f4, but there is always f5. I don't know. I don't know what he has missed.
Wait, so queen f4 or queen f6 ideas? Yes, actually. f5, damn it.
Take
Pawn
king
takes king f7.
Yeah, so black is safe.
Yeah, very poor play by Abdusatorov.
It's he missed something because this is of course not his level to play h6. He has missed something. There is something that he missed, something very simple. Maybe he missed queen c5, but strange, yeah, to miss queen c5 because what else?
What did you think? Black would stall the clock there, or?
I don't know. Okay, sometimes we all miss something. So
Yes.
usually he's tactically extremely good, and he sat here for 10 minutes. So I don't know. He missed something, and then we have this position where I think black is overtaking already the game, and maybe he just missed a 5 idea. Could it be? He thought that he's gonna get the bishop to d4, and then he
Yeah,
plays
yeah.
queen f4, and that's
I
it.
think so. That looks like a
Maybe he missed the move
real
f5,
thing.
and now
And all of a
suddenly-
sudden,
Yeah.
black is doing absolutely fine.
Yeah, maybe black is better.
Better even, it's possible, yeah.
Yeah.
Thought that they managed to equalize, but better
Yeah.
it's possible, because the pieces are so crippled.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, this king joins in action with a great power,
yeah.
instead of being defended.
Now the white king is bad, queen f5, endgames might be very nasty. I think black is better. So we have b3 been played, looks good. King f7 looks normal. Queen g4, queen f5. Difficult, yeah, because maybe you might try to survive such an endgame, but can you survive that? Let's say you have to take, yeah, otherwise I'm gonna play c3, then the king is dead. So
Yeah, taking
b
is
takes, I
without
go, let's say rook
saying.
c8. Can you survive such an endgame? Not sure, yeah.
I don't think so, because then, you know what black will do? They will attack the f3 pawn as well, but the rook, it's so passive that,
H6
no,
is
I don't
bad,
think so.
F6 is
And it's
bad.
too much, I think, to handle.
Not easy, yeah. Not an
And
easy
what's
decision.
the count? After rook c4, black will be even in the pawns, or how many pawns are there?
Yes, even.
3, 6 versus 5. Yes, okay, well, with even pawns, I think white should be much worse, or close to losing territory.
Maybe. maybe
for
it looks
sure.
tough to defend.
Because it doesn't look like there's kind of like nothing happening on the G file, E file, D file. Rook H5 will never work. King G6 is always there. What is there to even play for, actually? Just White needs to try to hold the F3 and somehow
Yeah,
try
but you
to
hold. But you
save it.
hold. Still, the pawns are equal, so till the pawns are equal, there are always chances. I think. I
It's
don't know.
holdable until it's not, actually. I have that feeling at the moment.
I don't know. I think.
Especially think about the psychological point of
No,
view.
but this is horrible.
Probably
Of course,
on this rating range, it should be way more manageable, but uh, from that position to get here,
yeah,
probably
this
he
is
would
tough.
question his existence and many other things as well before holding it.
This is
So
difficult. Yeah, you're completely winning. Now you have to defend towards endgame. Not easy. Yeah, not easy. But objectively speaking, I'm not sure that White is doing that bad. White is worse, but I think maybe holdable. So you start to change the pawns like c3, a3, something like that. Not that many pawns left. Not easy to hold, I agree, but I don't know if this is really a lost position already. In
just
any
one
case,
question real quick before we move on
Yeah.
that, actually. From the history of chess, let's say in the past 50 years or so, who do you think had the most iron nerves holding this position, regardless of the consequences, changes, that they could, like stood on their ground and don't let the nerves play on them? Like just one switch and they're like, okay, now I'm going on draw mode on and something like that.
No, but I think the new generation has very little emotions actually.
The engines.
I think,
How about the legendary players?
You mean 100 years ago, or do you mean 30 years
Last
ago?
50. Last 50, let's say.
Last 50 years, I don't know. Difficult to say who had the best nerves. I think definitely the current top chess players are having excellent nerves.
They're doing the well, yes.
But if you take Carlsen, Caruana, I think they're super tight, yeah. Sometimes you see
Yes,
Caruana making a move with 2 question marks, and then he makes 10 in a row best moves after that. So
That's true, actually. He does very well, this technical things.
yes. If you look at the players from 30 years ago, 50 years ago, most of them been quite emotional, yeah, sometimes at least. Even Kasparov, very emotional.
Kasparov was emotional, no doubt.
So
How is Karpov on that regard?
Karpov, I think, as emotional as well. So when really something very bad or very unexpected been happening, I think, of course, he's a legend and he plays great chess, but he had emotions, I think.
For some reason, one of the first person which comes in my mind is Caruana.
Yeah,
when it comes to that, actually, like holding the nerves, and I have the feeling that, based on he's that used to it to mess up something, actually, that it's nothing new for him, that he's doing fine there.
Eventually,
like,
yes,
okay,
but
game goes.
When I played Caruana, I always had the feeling I'm playing a robot. So
here we go.
Just a machine, yeah. That he's very.
So
calm
he would
during
fit
the
well
game.
in the description. Then.
Yeah. Caruana is very calm during the game. Extremely calm, sitting there, not moving, almost calculating. That's it. So
I see.
It's also quite pleasant to play him because he's not disturbing you. He's doing nothing. He just sits there and does strong moves. That's it. So
that's all he does for a living, right?
Yeah, he is a pro.
Yes.
Okay, we have Queen G2, C3. This I really don't like now because such a king on B1, A4 tries to escape, take King A2, A5. So black is dominating. Yeah, beautiful queen on F5. A4 coming next. All this is looking quite bad. Rook H4. No idea why.
I think even without that move, it says it's a mistake, but I actually don't understand how to play this as white at this
position is
point.
looking horrible. So Rook H4, A4 obviously, and black wins quite easily because as well the bishop from F8 is joining the game by move d5 next. I don't know.
Yeah,
A shocking
no,
loss.
finished.
It's a shocking loss, and of course, it's pity to lose such a position where you're completely dominating your opponent. On the other hand, in my opinion, this is showing very well the cruelty of chess. You can play super well for 40 moves, you make one big mistake, that's it. So it's not like in soccer. Let's say you play soccer, you're leading 5-0. You're not gonna lose the match. But in chess,
Fair point.
but in chess, you can be leading 20-0, and you make one wrong decision. That's it.
That's why the team match, and when you're solo, it's different there.
Yeah, but
One mistake can
yeah, but
mess
in
up the
tennis the
whole
same.
thing.
In tennis, when you're leading, when you're far ahead, you're not gonna lose with one decision all your positions that you accumulated during the last hour. But in chess, you can lose in 1 second everything you did in 5 hours.
Point. Yeah, tennis is a different film
Tough.
on that.
I think chess is very tough, very very tough. So he resigns. Actually, two moves, Queen F1 and D4. Now he resigns here because it's completely hopeless. It's going to be very difficult for Abdusattorov to recover tomorrow. I don't think so. I think that Martinez is just going to play safe with the white pieces.
Will make a draw, and probably Abusattorov will be out.
Yes, it looks like there's a high chance that Abdusattorov is playing his last round tomorrow. Yeah, very very surprising.
Just thinking, did I add him in the list?
No,
of
I
my
had him.
trio?
I had him, Georgi. One
You
less,
had him.
One less
Okay,
on my
it's
side. Yeah.
going less. Come on. Who did I have? I remember Giri, Vincent,
And Iragaisi, I think you had.
and Erigaisi.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
you
good.
chose Kukesh.
I think
As I remember,
I chose Rapport. I chose
Rapport.
Abdusattorov. And who did I take?
For some reason, I remember Kukesh
Yeah,
actually,
Kukesh I took.
or it wasn't Kukesh.
I'm not sure. I think somebody else, but I don't remember who. We speak too much. When we speak so much, then
That we forgot actually what we said.
yeah.
Or was it Wei?
VE.
No, it
I
wasn't
don't
Wei.
remember who I took. All right, somebody else. It will
Yeah.
be my joker. Let's
Yeah.
see who gets to the final.
Okay.
Okay, next game, Grandelius against Mamedjarov. It was a huge preparation game, and both players agreed to a draw. Not so interesting. Then we had a game of Lidici against Mickey Adams. A very interesting game. Mickey had actually a winning position, but finally the game ended in draw. Pity for Michael Adams, but on the other hand, we do remember he played yesterday. How many games? 10 games, no?
Oh,
So,
yes,
8
10.
games.
Yes,
Total 10,
yes,
so
yes.
8 games. He had to play yesterday 8 games, so he is exhausted. And of course, not to win a winning position is very pity for Michael Adams. He deserved to win today. On the other hand, from the human point of view, you play 8 games the day before, you're exhausted, yeah.
Definitely.
This is
Definitely.
the game between Artyomov and Maxim Vashilograf as well. Not a very exciting game, and a great defense by Maxim Vashilograf in a rook endgame. Solid game, very high level game, which ends into a draw. Then we have the game between
Ronnie and Salem will be good to check there.
Aron and Salem. Yeah. At the moment we have Gosh against Sargsyan.
Okay, so
This was as well solid game, nothing special. And we had the game of Lekong against Jeffrey. So Jeffrey, Xiong Jeffrey white, Lekong Liem is black, and great win by Lekong Liem. We're gonna check on that because just a great play. By the way, Xiong Jeffrey, strange player. He was, of course, he's very talented. He came to the level of 2700, and then he dropped a lot, which is very unusual because when you are young, you are growing, you don't drop usually so much, no?
fair point. That's a big rating drop, though.
It's a big rating drop for a young American Chinese. As we know, American Chinese are working extremely hard, yeah, extremely hard. So such a big drop for a very hard worker is rare. And he's losing his first game with white, so probably it is an end station for Xiong Jeffrey because Lekong Liem with white is just a wall, yeah. to beat Le Kong Liem with the black pieces.
Yes,
You
yes.
must do it. This is like almost
Quite
mission
tough.
impossible. Yeah, only Tom Cruise might be able to do that.
Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube.
So H4, where of course still theory, both players playing fast. G6, very fast played by Le Kong Liem, and H5 played by Xion Jeffrey after some thinking, but this is what I don't understand. So usually the idea of this line is not to get H5 G5 because the bishop is on F5 and not on C8. So it means after knight G3 we have always this bishop E6 retreat. Something is strange here. So with white, I don't think the idea is H5. It cannot be the move H5 to my understanding. So with white, there
What's
must
the
be
plan
something else.
then?
No, but
Just gaining space, I think. That's it. Because this is so common and trendy at this point that pushing the H or A pawns there.
yes,
So
for example,
just throw
G3
it.
is strange but playable. Maybe bishop G3 can be played. All these lines is super weird because okay, it's strange to play H4. It's strange to answer G6. Yeah. In my opinion, again, we're facing this computer chess. Does not make sense, although neither H4 or G6 is making actually big sense. Of course, good moves, no question, no doubt about it. But human-wise, if you see the position for the first time, would you play H4? I don't think so.
No, not sure.
Yeah, and would you answer with G6? I don't think so. So H5, strange move. I don't know. I don't feel the move is
He
good.
felt it. He felt G6 was coming.
Maybe.
He had the vision. That's the main thing,
He had
actually,
a
at this
vision.
point.
I don't know, but in
Come
case
on,
you have
like
a vision,
H4 to
but-
expect
but H5 is
G6
a
and
bad
then go.
move. I think it's a bad move H5 because you get G5. Now black is very safe and knight H6. I don't understand the idea to put the pawn to H5. Now black is so safe here. Bishop E6 next. How this can be good for white?
Okay, but I have that many questions that I don't want to ask anymore at this point. Like, my brain gives me a lot of errors right now, looking
Errors?
at this position. Immediately, like headaches, actually.
Okay.
Like that, every move is kind of a mistake. My brain registers like that. But I see
Strange,
that they are
strange
good
position.
moves.
I don't know, Georgi. Knight C1, short castle. Okay, short castle is something I do understand because it's a good move. Yeah, let's wait for bishop D3. Let's take it and play F5. This is possible to understand. So bishop D3, and actually he plays bishop E6. This is
Bishop
very
E6
interesting. Very interesting.
makes sense, actually.
I don't know because
Bishop
but
E6
why
is
not to
always
take?
the key move.
But why not? To
Oh no,
take?
it's a trademark actually. At this point, it's personal preference to put the bishop on E6.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know because usually it's good to change the bishop. So bishop E6, yes.
Maybe the
it is
knight
the
doesn't
best.
have good plays.
Maybe
After
Georgi.
C1 knight later,
Maybe.
and this F5, knight F6, knight E4, whatever might be okay. I
think,
guess.
I think it's possible to find a reason for basically anything, but why
I'm
not
trying to
take-
justify my bishop E6.
Yeah.
That's the main goal, basically.
But very strong play, by the way, by Le Kong Liem. Now, without joking, he plays excellent game. F5, knight.
The other day,
E6.
I was trying to remember it actually. Le Quang is a world blitz champion, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or he's not?
He had a lot of achievements, Georgi. You mean the current?
I thought. Not the current one, but he has got it in the last decade, I think, once he won, if I'm not mistaken.
maybe. I
Was
don't know.
thinking about this. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay,
I don't remember that, but it could be because he had a lot of achievements. He has 2730 for a very long time. He was one of the best juniors. He was one of the best chess players for the last 20 years. So it's very possible that he could win the World Blitz Championship. Why
he
not?
won apparently 2013. He did it
2013.
since
Yeah, possible.
13. Wow.
Yeah, very
Okay.
possible. Yeah. So we have knight G4. Black pieces are coming. Knight F6. Very nice play by black. Actually, beautiful strategical game. Knight C5. And here we go. Take, take. Beautiful. Boom. D4.
D4.
Very nice play.
move.
Very, very nice. Le Kong Liem in great shape because not so easy to see that this position after F4, bishop H2. Of course, bishop is horrible. This is easy to see. But it's not that obvious that black is doing like completely winning. but actually black is doing completely winning. So bishop
Yes,
c4,
bishop
another
c4, a classy
great
move,
decision.
yes.
Yeah, white cannot castle, white king cannot move, long castle not possible.
Either side, yes.
Here, very, very nice play, because you have to see this from far away, which is not an easy task. So bishop c4, bishop g1, check, and basically the game is almost over. Black is having a huge advantage. The rest of the game we can just scroll it, basically. Lekong Liem doesn't let you go once he has you. So bishop e6. We have equal pawns, but position is basically lost. King bad, bishop bad, bad structure.
The G pawn is coming down, the king gets like, okay, it should be over.
Yeah, this is just over. On a high level, usually you're not getting many chances to come back. Lekong Liem is also very safe. He's very safe, and another advantage of Lekong Liem is that he's tactically extremely strong. He sees all the small tricks so well, so to trick him, not easy.
Being world champion in Blitz, I guess, says it all, definitely.
Yes. Yes, it does. So look at that. Zero chance. Zero chance for
Classy.
Jeffrey.
Classy.
Yeah. The game goes on, but it's just completely senseless. So it's a moment here, Zainz, yeah. And the game is done.
Yeah, the king gets already on d5. I believe white is in Zugzwang at this point. Finished. That was a very classic game, though.
Very nice game by Lekong Liem. The next game, a bit disappointing. Richard Trappert is getting nothing out of opening. The game is very boring and ending just in a fast draw against a young Turkish boy. So I guess
it was a bit surprising to me personally. I thought he was going to deliver a point at home.
Yes, maybe not a point, but usually Rapport is playing very exciting chess with a lot of very creative ideas and huge mess on the board. This game is just a boring game where white gets nothing out of opening, and that's it. A bit surprising with a white color. We could expect Richard to put more pressure. On the other hand, as well with black, Richard is super dangerous. Super dangerous. He's maybe the guy next to Iragasi who is just with black extremely dangerous. Strange openings, a lot of creative ideas, a lot of mess on the board. Richard is playing usually quite fast, so very practical player. And during the last 3-4 months, he's in a huge shape. During the European Team Championship, I think he showed the best overall result from all the players. So he is in a very nice shape. Boring game, we are not gonna watch it. Next one is Salem against Aronian as well. The game is not too good, so I would like to switch to another game because we have still a very nice win by Liko, which I would like to take a look today at. The game between Salem and Aronian, very strange game. First slow game, Salem maybe a little bit better, and then Salem at some moment starts to make mistakes and lose the game. So I don't know, Georgi. I don't think it's a very interesting game. It's very pity for Salem to lose this kind of game. But we know that Aronian is as well a very creative player, so tricky guy. He can find resources where maybe you don't see any. All in all, a normal game. Of course, a bit upsetting for Salem, definitely, because he was the one pushing for advantage for a long time. Yeah. Okay, next game was the game between Sindarov and Teodoro. It was a fighting game, but again, not too exciting in my opinion. Black quickly equalized, and then it was just a draw. We have Narayanan against Yu Yang-yi, also not an exciting game, but we had one interesting position from the move 35. So we have this kind of endgame, queen endgame, 4 versus 3. Computer says it is a draw, but practically not easy. Yeah?
It's a big torture, though.
It's possible to win this, so let us move the pieces very, very fast. Otherwise, we need a full day for this endgame. As they play. So now we have 2 versus 1. Still,
I like the black's technique.
Yeah,
they put the pawn on h5, g6, f7, trade it off, hiding the king.
Defending excellently. But on the other hand, I'm missing the idea of white to run with the king to c7 or d7, because this is the main idea.
Yes.
He does not try this idea, but I think it is the only way, yeah. And now he advanced the pawns, and now it's very difficult to run. So they play. We have already moved 100, by the way, and yeah, he's changing one more pawn.
Okay, with the one
and,
pawn.
117.
Wow.
117 moves. It is a draw. Next game is unbelievable because Fedoseev against Wojtaszek. Of course, Fedoseev is a big favorite in this match, but he's losing with the white pieces, and he's losing, by the way, in one move. So the game is not interesting. That's why we're not gonna watch the full game. Not that exciting. But one place I would like to mention, and this is the place where Wojtaszek is giving queen a6 check. So I guess position is just equal. Weak pawn on d5, weak pawn on e3. No, Georgi, just equal, I think.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I don't think there is anything.
Queen e2. What is this?
Oh,
Rook
he
e3.
blundered the
He
pawn.
blundered the full pawn and just lost the game.
Wow.
Maybe it is still a draw, but he was so upset.
It is a draw?
No, but you just cannot move.
Yes,
the
because
knight.
Okay. The
So
knight can't move.
we might move the pawns forward, so it might be still enough to make a draw. But I guess Fedoseev was so upset that he plays knight d1. This is shocking, and now black is getting the knight to
Wow.
e7, and that's it. But why to play knight to d1?
Wow, okay. It reminds me of my game when I won with king and rook versus king, rook, and bishop. Yes, you heard it right, actually. And after I won that, he blundered the rook basically in time scramble.
Okay.
I took it. He offered me a draw, but I refused because he was so tilted.
And then you banked on
And
the
just
block.
to demonstrate it, actually, that it is a draw, he put the king in the corner intentionally, but he chose the wrong color with the bishop, and he
Wow.
lost the game. And then people were accusing him that he sold the point to me, actually, and he lost a game with the rook and bishop versus rook.
Yeah.
Plus people were accusing him on
Very upsetting
making these
situation.
deals. I haven't seen him in chess after that game, actually.
So you crushed his chess career.
Fedoseev kind of did the same. Okay, he messed up the pawn, he held it, but then he's just saying that,
knight
okay.
d1, yeah, tough. So I
That's
think tomorrow
very-
Fedoseev will be out. I don't see him coming back after such a loss. Very, very difficult. The next, we had a game between Shankland and Vidit. It was a fight, but both very solid, so a draw. Then the game again from Kartik against Dig Bogdan. I actually don't remember what happened in this game. Yes. Yes, it was. Let's take a brief look, but I think it was not very exciting. So we have a normal Catalan setup and this early knight e5. Actually, I don't understand why to play this early knight e5, but all right.
Me neither.
And so we have the
Haven't
normal
played
Catalan
it.
knight d7, take, and position is completely equal. So to check this game as well.
Okay,
is,
white achieved nothing.
not very
Clearly.
funny. We have Lekong Liam against Svane. Svane Rasmus, exhausted from the sudden death game yesterday, makes a safe draw against against Liang Vander, which is normal. So not an exciting game. Safe draw for Svane, normal. Yesterday 9 games against Rauf Mamedov. So he thought time to put a bit
Time to rest a bit.
on a break. We have Grebnev. Grebnev is a very strange player. I saw him playing this year, a couple of tournaments, and he's playing super fast, extremely safe, and very solid. And like he's choosing usually a simple move, but very safe and very solid, and it seems to be very good style. He's doing super well in opens, and seems like as well World Cup is fits this kind of play. Very safe, very solid, playing solid openings, doing nothing special, but again he's putting always time pressure on the opponent because he plays just so fast. And showing great results.
It's part of the strategy, indeed, actually.
Okay, but
especially on the nerves, people, and so on. But
I don't
okay,
know.
probability of making mistake is relatively high as well. I think it's one of those moments when they are really so good in fast time controls that they just so quickly calculate
But
some tricks and everything, and
I
they
don't think so,
can't
Georgi. But
fully move on to
no,
classical
but why?
format
Why,
there.
Georgi? Why? We never see.
I know some players like that. For instance, Nepo does the same. He
No,
does tend to make very quick
no. But Nepo.
decisions.
But it's not because of Rapid or Blitz. Nepo played always like that. There've been a couple of players that just been playing always like that. It's not because of Rapid or
Maybe one
Blitz.
of those. I have. We have one Georgian grandmaster
No, but
rated
I know.
2500.
He's famous.
He's if
He's
he gets
famous.
below 130 means that something
Yes, yes,
terrible
yes.
happened. Either he got stuck in the bathroom perhaps, or he was 30 minutes late or something like that
Yes, yes,
on the
yes.
game.
Yeah, yeah. This we all know. This famous grandmaster. But coming back to Grebnyov, I haven't seen him achieving great results in Blitz or Rapid tournaments. So I don't know that. But
Mhm.
in Classical, he's doing lately very well with his playing style. So he's not playing super fast like Nepomniachtchi been playing or Anand, yeah, in his best shapes. But
Mhm.
he's playing decently fast, always 20, 30 minutes up on the clock. And Nepomniachtchi is, for example, playing very creative chess. So very
Mhm.
strange chess. But Grebnyov is playing very solid. Um, Different style, but fast. And as well, this game is not a great game. So he won, let's say, dirty fighting chess game. But again, he won it because at some moment the Greek player had just no time and lost the game. Not a very high quality game, so I would still like to take a look at the Liko game because it's just super nice. But good start for Grebnev because I think tomorrow to beat Grebnev with black is super tough. Yeah, tight opening,
Yes,
playing
indeed.
fast, not blundering anything. To beat him with black, I mean, even if we have Grebnev Iragasi, I think he would hold. He would hold
Yes.
because just so tight, very difficult to beat. All right.
Yeah, winning with the black is a huge plus,
No,
though.
but
First game,
of
it's kind
course,
of a done deal.
in a in a tournament like World Cup, yeah, in a match you start with a black win. Things are looking nice. So next game we had this Nair against Sevian. I found the game not too exciting, normal game which ends into a draw. All right. Then we had Dartha against Hare Krishna White against Dartha. This was just a crush from the opening by Hare Krishna as well. Not a very exciting game. And we had Sarana One Forest. Beautiful game by Sarana. Very, very strong positional win when Forest had almost no chances.
I betted on him actually to get
Yes,
the.
yes, yes. Yesterday you said Sarana might be the favorite. And indeed, he won the first game with White. Very good play by Sarana. Then we had a crazy game between Matsudlu and Sadic. Both players very creative with a crazy position from the beginning, and finally the game ends into a draw, but just insane game, very, very interesting, but extremely complicated. Then we have Idani with a good start. He wins against Yesipenko in a strange style, but very convincingly. So the game took like 30 moves or even less. He sacrificed and just made it Yesipenko. We have a choice to check this game or to check the game of Liko. I don't know.
I would
Georgi.
prefer Liko's game to
Liko's
check
game, okay.
actually.
So we're gonna check
Yes.
on Liko. So beautiful game, beautiful win by Dani against Yesipenko. Then we have Yakuboyev against Nguyen. Also interesting game which ends into a draw. Zimlansky against Matthias Bluebaum. Lately, Bluebaum increased his strengths by 200 elo points, not on a rating, but on his results. In the last 3 years, he won twice European Championship, and now he qualified in the FIDE Grand Prix to the candidates. Unbelievable, just unreal. How to
Kind of
achieve?
expected. Was he going on that direction?
No, Absolutely not. I mean,
Wow.
from absolutely nowhere to winning twice European Championship and being second in the FIDE Grand Swiss, because I don't remember Bluebaum achieving any kind of huge result before. I mean, he's a good player, of course. He was always a player of 2660, 2650, 2670, huge preparation, hard
But
worker,
this is a big result, like
huge,
what he did.
absolute, no, but it's unbelievable result. Imagine twice European champion plus qualifying the Grand Prix. It could be a lifetime result, lifetime result, yeah. So Bluebaum is on a run, and he wins very easily against Zimlansky. All in all, very easy win by Bluebaum. Then we have
Impressive
Dubov
indeed.
against Georg Meyer. So Georg Meyer is actually not a professional chess player any longer. He quit it. He has a normal work.
With
And
which nationality or he represents?
Paraguay, I think.
Uruguay. Okay.
Uruguay, yeah, right, right.
Uruguay.
Uruguay, yeah. So
Okay.
Georg Meyer, who has a normal job against Dubov Danil, very fast draw, so no action at all. A bit strange because Dubov usually as well, very creative player, but as well he's dropping a lot on elo. Yeah, usually we see him 2-7, 20,
Yes,
30.
he also announced that he was not planning to play classical chess for long, and he was planning to move on to fast time controls more.
Okay.
Like Carlsen, he said it doesn't give him any joy or anything, and he was leaning more towards fast time controls from now on.
Okay.
And he's a good one in fast time control as well. I believe
he's
world
very good,
rapid
yeah.
champion even. Yes.
Definitely. And here finally we come to the game of Liko. But before we have one more result to check. It is a game between Yilmaz Mustafa and Sargsyan Shant. Mustafa, very solid Turkish player, but 2-6, I think this should be his strengths. 2-6, 2-6-20, 2-5-80, something in between. And the Armenian player, I think 2-6-50 is indeed his strengths, so maybe a bit more. Very easy win by Black. Actually, White been a little better after opening, but then White confused couple of moves, so very, very easy win by Black. Not so interesting to check. So let's go. We have Liko, who is back against Alexeyenko Kirill. So the Russian player is playing now for Austria, surprisingly. Kirill qualified for the candidates, yeah, it was 4 years ago.
Yes.
He had a rating as well of 2.720, 2.730. Now he's back to 2.660. Surprising because young guy. Liko, we all know Peter Liko. So let's see. We are going to see, first of all, huge preparation, but this is what we can expect from Peter. A4, anti-martial, we have B4, D4. Alright, D6, everything is normal. Knight takes E5, take, queen E2. We remember what happened to Nepomniachtchi in this position.
Nepal. Yes.
So we have A5 and Liko is playing Rook D1. So for example, something that happened to Nepomniachtchi, I think never happened to Liko in his entire career, because Peter is extremely safe. Very, very safe. When he feels something is going bad, he tries to make draw. It's a good result. So Rook D1, Bishop A6, Queen F3, all is normal, and Bishop G5. So this is the first place where Liko is taking a very interesting positional decision, and it is to give up the bishop against the knight on F6. Not an easy decision, yeah, but very nice one. So Bishop G5, Bishop B7, because the bishop on A6 is not doing much. He takes, and Knight D2. Georgi, how this is looking for you?
I prefer this as white because black's pawns on the queen side are very overextended.
Okay.
And I'm not a big fan of this dark squared bishop either, and the prospects. So I think the light squared bishops will get traded and the knight will be better than the bishop. This is kind of what I feel like is going to happen there. So I do prefer white slightly.
Okay.
Not slightly, maybe. Actually, I like white quite a lot here from a strategical point of view.
Would you play like that, Bishop G5 and just take? For me, it's
I don't think
very
so.
Nice. Very nice decision.
I'm a big fan of two bishops in general, but Only if I knew that this kind of ideas were very common. Otherwise, on the board, I would have difficulties choosing this
No,
option.
but this is also what what is interesting, that we can learn from such games a lot, yeah, because so nice, yeah, to see bishop g5 would just take and knight d2, and indeed it's not so easy to equalize for black. It looks like black should be fine because there is no obvious weakness, and okay, not so much is going on, but on the other hand, we will see the idea of Liko on the next move because it's very nice. So we have rook a6, I think logical, black is bringing rook into the game, and here comes the key idea, and it is to play bishop d5. Beautiful. From positional point of view, in my opinion, exceptional play by Peter Liko.
Mhm. Indeed.
Black has to
Very
choose.
good.
Do we take or do we play c6? And in both cases, okay, in the game we have bishop takes d5, but after c6, do we want to block the bishop like that?
Definitely not. But I think black seriously struggles because of their overextended pawns on the queen side. Like if they would be back a little bit earlier stages, it should be probably fine.
Yeah,
but
then
this
you
is
would
too
not have the
much.
bishop pair, no? Georgi.
Yes, this is too much
Then
already.
white would be
to
just
handle.
worse if we have
Yes.
the pawns like this. Yeah.
And if you would have some more pieces on the board as well, and so like.
Yeah, but then I think Peter would not give you the
And if
bishop
he
pair.
wouldn't be playing against Peter as well, a couple of things didn't work out well for Alexeyenko, no doubt.
Something, yeah, should be different. Bishop takes d5, take, and he decides to push. So also interesting decision by Kirill, because he thinks it's better to give up the pawn than to defend the position after knight e4. Interesting. Because
Against Peter, I guess yes, it's a correct decision.
maybe, I don't know. So e4, queen e2, the rook is under attack, or maybe he just missed the move queen e2. Could it be? I don't know, because queen e2, not that difficult move to make. Rook a8, he goes back, and we have simple rook a2. This is typical Peter Liko move. I mean, like, not rook b1 because pawn is hanging, no, nothing, just rook a2. So rook cannot move, but it doesn't matter because we are winning the pawn on e4. Maybe Kirill has missed a rook a2, no? When he played e4, could it be?
Yeah, every time I see this kind of moves, I'm really worried my students are watching it, actually. And I have a lot of lectures explaining that to not try this at home, it's too dangerous and deadly.
Yeah, usually not a good idea, but now we are winning the pawn on e4 very straight away, so maybe a good idea.
It should look good indeed.
So he wins the pawn. f5 is a strange decision. So usually, of course, with black, I don't think black is doing so bad, because even if you go to some endgame, you might have some chances to escape. He's searching for a counterplay, but now it's getting tricky, because if the knight, let's say, gets at some moment to d4, then black has to take it, and pawn on f5 is very poorly placed.
Yes, indeed.
So f5, positionally wise, not so good. Maybe he tried to find something by force, but difficult, because queen d3, beautiful. Now knight can join the game, rook comes back. How to equalize here with black? Difficult, very difficult. So bishop d6, rook a1, rook f8, h3. Nice, just to be safe. The game goes on. G3, very safe again, and king g2. So this is typical Peter Liko play. Ultra safe, strong, positionally, very nice. This is also what he likes to do, to play better positions without obvious counterplay. So he enjoys. The game goes on.
Black does get some counterplay, I think.
Is weird. Why he allows black to take fe. Maybe we will see some miscalculation, or knight d4. All right, queen d2, queen e3. Maybe he thought
rook
this
e5
endgame is winning, or maybe he missed rook e5. Could it be?
Well, maybe, considering the time on the clock, maybe yes.
Not sure, but maybe he thought it's winning, because it's strange that Liko is giving chances. Usually he's very well in converting advantages. And Okay,
Is black actually holding it well, this one, after knight b3 ideas and so on?
not sure because rook f1 position is looking good for white. Yeah, g6 seems to be not the best, but what is the best? In case you take, I go rook f5.
I go rook f5.
Looking also not so nice. This might be
Probably
just lost.
some very weird setup, very computerish one holds it, but
Maybe, but not easy.
optically it just looks bad, very bad.
Yes, because now it seems like we have to change pair of rooks, and we have this idea. We have idea of jumping.
Many. Yeah, okay, well, I don't know like how it is going to be a draw this one, but it's okay. Well, clearly.
Maybe something like bishop e5, check here, okay, knight c6, you take, I take, and now we are very fast with the black king eventually. But also this is not easy to see because knight c4, a5 next. Why is it a draw? Maybe like bishop c1 or something, I don't know. No, a5. And this and this and this.
Push it.
But okay,
bring the king, maybe.
Looking lost.
Something like h4 and then g4 ideas.
Yeah, maybe that.
So to bring the king up.
Looking bad, no Georgi. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe there is some. No, but actually, maybe Liko just missed nothing. He thought it just to win. Because looking normal.
To me, it looks like that. I believe he just liked it.
Yeah, I think.
Hello, Billion79. Welcome on board. We have comments.
We have comments.
Just at the end of the stream,
okay.
He joined us.
That's nice. So rook f1, g6, which is looking normal also from point of view of black, because you don't want to go into this nasty knight versus bishop, and rook f4. So now the pawn cannot be taken. So what to do? King g7, g4, nice. Take and take, yeah. And also here we're gonna see quite nice technique by white. Maybe it's too simple for someone like Liko, but for an average player it's not easy to win these positions. So we can learn from Peter. Interesting that he puts almost everything on white, no, Georgi? Just
yes.
the d2 pawn is on a black square.
Literally.
Now.
That he will take care of
yes,
if needed,
and
no
now,
problem.
Play b3 to have everything on white. It
wow.
would be funny. That after b3.
Complete masterpiece though.
Very nice, yeah. No, but Peter been so strong in this kind of positions. So he likes it, he enjoys. And yeah, that's it. That's it. 2 pawns up. The pawns are moving. 0 counterplay for black. Very nice now. Very nice.
How can he be that classy though? Like, it's been several games in this tournament at least already.
He's very strong in that. He's very strong in this kind of slightly better positions where black has 0 counterplay. It's very important for Liko that opponent has no counterplay. So he does not like when the things are shaky. And we speak now of, let's say, not the freshest Peter Liko, because I played him many games when he had 2780. And he still never liked too much when you have counterplay. So to get a position against Peter Liko where he's pushing for free, it's a nightmare. But to have position with double chances, this was alright. Then it's possible to fight against him. And as well, Peter Liko is an absolute wall when it comes to defending a passive, slightly worse position. So when he's doing slightly worse, but he knows, let's do another 150 moves, no problem.
Definitely very impressive though.
Yeah,
like,
no, but, he was number 2 in the world, Georgi. You don't become number 2 in the world by making a lot of mistakes. Yeah, not gonna work.
Definitely.
So maybe you remember the match he played for the world championship title with Kremnik.
Yes, I do.
This drama
yes,
of the last round, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for today. We finished our evening with a beautiful positional masterpiece. Great game to learn from, a lot of interesting ideas, and great positional chess by Peter Liko. Georgi, which game you liked the most from today, from the games we've been looking at?
We have it in front of us at the moment.
You think that is the best one, yeah? The best game of the day.
Because I actually like clean wins so much that, okay, occasionally I do enjoy bishop f7 ideas.
Okay.
But this one to me speaks more of a class, actually, and I do tend to enjoy more with this aesthetically pleasing. It is more for me, this kind of games, rather than bishop f7 ideas.
Okay.
Even this was really good, but I still prefer Leko's game, actually.
Okay, so your favorite
Personal
is the Leko
preference.
game. It seems like Georgi likes calm positional games where someone is outplaying somebody else.
Yeah, it was really, really clean one.
Yes, it was nice when nothing to say about it. For me, the game of the day that we've been watching is the game of Erigaisi, because just too good. Too good. The preparation is unbelievable. To have this kind of level of preparation, this is like spectacular, because there are a lot of good games. Let's say the game of Peter Leko. He played maybe 100 games like that in his chess career. But to have this kind of level of spectacular preparation like we saw today in the game of Erigaisi, I think it happens rare. It happens really rare, because it's a big gamble. Again, he's not playing a line where black has only one choice. He plays a line where black has a lot of different choices.
That's extremely impressive, though.
Yes, so he takes a high risk, because just imagine Vahidov would have checked this by accident on a strong computer with his team from Uzbekistan, and then what? But Erigaisi believes in his lines, he remembers his lines, and he wins a very beautiful game. So very impressive preparation. I mean, from preparation point of view, 10 out of 10, because basically he won the game by preparation. After f6, he needed to find the move bishop d3. Yes, he did, but for the level of his play, bishop d3 is already quite easy, I would say. So for me, preparation 10 out of 10 by Erigaisi. Very impressive. Very, very impressive.
How about the most upsetting game?
No, but this is easy, no?
Drama.
I think
upsetting.
upsetting.
Yes.
Yeah, Abdusattarov sad to lose the way he lost. Nothing to say about it, yeah.
Definitely.
Good, Georgi. So it was, as usual, a pleasure to take a look at the games with you.
Same here. Same here.
Let's hope that we have tomorrow some more interesting games, and some people, of course, will be preparing for the tie breaks. So tomorrow, new day, new exciting games from the World Cup. We're gonna comment them approximately the same time like today. We start at 10 p.m. Dubai time, or 7 o'clock Middle European time. We hope you enjoyed our commentaries. Eventually till tomorrow. Thank you for watching. In case you like, please subscribe. Georgi, something to add from your side? The last words for today?
All set. All set. Thank you, everyone, and see you around tomorrow.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
set. Thank you.